All right. And we're back from technical difficulties. And yeah. Hello. Sorry about that.
I got a second part. I always wanted a second part.
Yes. Part 2. That's right. You made the cut. Anywho.
I'd like to thank my mom, and I'd like to thank my dad.
Aww.
Which is actually a Mads Mikkelsen reference because I watched a video where he played Wii boxing today.
Oh,
and he
no.
was the most adorable, European tracksuit wearing little gentleman ever. And that's what I was trying to tell you, is that he's so funny, is you can't even get him to apparently wear a suit outside of his Hannibal role, regardless.
Wow. I didn't know that's all I've ever wanted out of life, to see the video until I heard about it, so.
I'll show it to you later. I believe when we got cut off, we were talking about modern horror and whether or not Hannibal had brought back a little bit of that shocker to NBC and to cable TV.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of HBO.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think it really does bring it back. I really feel like it's a show that, unlike most of the shows, it doesn't really focus specifically on shock value or surprise scares or anything like that. It's just a constant sense of unease, which is way more terrifying than every once in a while just shocking us with something or some cheap surprise scare. There's just this constant sense of terror and fear and just uncertainty going on in that show.
For almost an entire season. I couldn't believe how consistently terrifying that show was.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said that the real only jump shocks, I think, were in the episode with, again, Georgia from Dead Like Me, with, again, not being able to sleep and waiting for somebody to jump out from underneath the bed. I could not believe how genuine that was and how I hadn't felt like that since I'd watched, a horror movie in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
And the very last episode, I was actually exceptionally frightened by the Wendigo. I could not believe what a fantastic concept that I think that Brian Fuller really supported, but a lot of the writers followed with that Wendigo. And it's sort of a northern thing. I think that in Canada we've heard of the Wendigo, or at least classic horror fans have always heard of that sort of Wendigo cannibal spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't believe it was actually physically applied as one of Will's ridiculous psychoses, and it was gorgeous. And it was a cast of Mads' face, actually. I saw the cast online.
Oh, yeah.
It was a cast of his face. I don't believe it was him in it, but I was so scared of that thing. Unlike Swiggity Swag, the Nightmare Stag.
Yeah, Sweetie Swag. Every time he comes in, he's like, I'm the Nightmare Stag. I'm hanging out, freaking Will out. Oh my goodness. Pretty awesome.
Oh, during you didn't see the panel, they actually said that Brian Fuller said that during the panel, that the Swiggity Swag, the Nightmare Stag, the legitimate name for that creature, that we have given it, that Brian Fuller, the king of Twitter, has accepted, is apparently, in the first case that he sees, the girl is skewered on the antlers, but there's also ravens pecking at the corpse. And so the very fluid fur of the stag is supposed to be raven feathers.
Oh, wow. I would not have noticed that.
I just thought it was scary.
Geez, that's creepy. That is just...
I don't know if anybody noticed, but my glass refilled itself during the intermission.
Yeah, somebody noticed. Hey.
It was me. We were talking about serious aesthetical elements of the program.
Absolutely. And, also, again, another wow. Another thing about the show that adds that sense of unease is also the music and those constant undertones. It's very subtle. I tend to pay a lot of attention to background music in TV shows and movies, and sometimes it's disappointing because it's pretty generic, but it usually gets the job done. But this show, I feel like just as much attention to the music and sound effects is paid as much attention as there is to the casting, as much as there is to the directing, to the to the script writing, and to the way the aesthetics of every scene that's set up. It's just as important as everything else. Just like all those other things, it comes together and helps with that sense of unease. When that constant undertone and the music is there, where it's really subtle when they're talking, then it ramps up when Will is having a nightmare, or when there's some terrifying going on. It goes back down slowly when they're investigating a scene. It's just always present.
It was interesting. I think that part of the music was Will's encephalitis once Hannibal realized that he did have that brain disease, which I think made the smelling of Will a little bit less romantic. I'm not quite sure.
No, it's totally romantic.
All right.
Sorry,
Thank you, straight gentlemen, for reasserting the fact that that was so homoerotic. Nobody in the Western Hemisphere missed that at all.
Did you just smell me?
Did you smell me? I think that was one of the funniest lines, and I think it led to a lot of really great things for the show in general this season.
Yeah.
But I did have a little bit of I think it was a beautiful shock factor in the show that as Will gets sicker and sicker, the music gets more and more intense. And we watched the gag reel from Comic-Con a little bit before this, and even Hugh Dancy is having a little bit of problem gauging how strong this music is going to be and what he's supposed to do in those interpretations. So I'm happy that you noticed the music as well. And I was really happy to see at Comic-Con they actually give us a timeline for the next season.
Yes.
So I was saying that no matter what the DVD box set incentive is, I will spend upwards of $100 to purchase this box set. I mean, I'm a huge fan. I was saying that, what could it be? It could possibly be some sort of fantastic skull.
Yeah.
It could be a cooking knife. It could be...
Bad idea.
It could be any assortment of 1 to 15 stuffed dogs.
Yes.
As part of
adorable
Will's adorable strays. It could be anything. Whatever the incentive is in that box set, I will be there, and I'm very, very, very happy to purchase whatever Brian Fuller is selling, really, from this season. I loved it so much, and I would love to see it on Blu-ray. I'd love to see it in high def.
Yep.
The crew also starts back up in September, so in a short, oh my gosh, probably a month and a half, they'll be back at it. And regardless of how much time Freddie Lounge's curls take up, I think that they will be back filming regardless. And then, of course, our timeline for season 2 is, unfortunately, a toast to all of you that hang on through the emptiness, 2014.
So far. It's going to hurt me on the inside.
So close.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I think you were saying earlier that you're okay with giving Brian Fuller and his team the time to work on it, because it is an incredibly show that demands an incredible amount of quality from everybody on board, and we don't want to see that any of that quality lowered for any reason. So yes, please take your time, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, just I don't. Camera's over there. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, it's very exciting. I'm so happy. You know what? Honestly, I don't care how long they take. I'm just glad that we're getting another season. Like, honestly, that's...
I am so thankful, and I'm thankful to all of the fans. I'm thankful to everyone I know in the community. I'm thankful to every effort that we have put in. I'm thankful to like I said, the Hannah-mania that has really kicked off through all the Fannibals. Every little bit, I think, has seriously impacted, and I am proud to be a Fannibal right now. I've never been prouder to be part of a fandom.
It's similar amounts of fandom to Community, so I hope to get on board with you crazy Fannibals eventually. Eventually I will. And eventually I'll have a Tumblr.
I will ensure that Nadu gets a Tumblr in the next couple months.
I'm sorry, Internet. I just didn't want to make...
You apologize to the Internet right now.
Sorry, Internet. I know that you are a place for open dialogue and you're always accepting of all things. So here is my open-hearted apology to you.
Can I show everybody the lamp really quickly that we've been using for lighting in the
yes.
second bit here? There's a strange yellow lighting. This is a lamp that I acquired a couple months before Hannibal ever started.
It was meant to be. This is terrifying.
It's made of antlers.
And skin. I'm 90. She tells me it's not people skin, but I don't know.
You know what? In Canada, Kijiji is a weird place.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Wow. Again, if you guys don't hear from me after this, you'll know what happened. Terrifying. Oh, well. On that note, I think that's about time for us to call it a day.
Thank you very much for having me back, sir. I was absolutely thrilled to talk about Hannibal during this very, very exciting, I think, closure to the Hannibal season. We had a little bit of an extension because of Comic-Con, and I am looking forward to 2014 like you would have no idea, but I also really hope that everybody stays really strong through the gap period, and that we do keep a little bit of media going through ourselves and every little bit of news feed that we get. And so I salute you, Fannibals. Thank you for bringing back the second season of a beautiful program that I'm sure will continue on for many years past this. Here's to you.
Yes. Cheers. Yes! All those things he said, fantastic. Like, seriously, Hannibal is one of the most impressive shows I've seen in years. Like, I was shocked. It's one of my favorite shows in the past few years. And Brian Fuller just, again, never, like, honestly, he's never disappointed me. As far as things have gone, he's never really disappointed me in a TV show. So, keep doing what you're doing, man. You real. Cuz, I'm going to stop talking. Anyway, again, my name is Nedu Jeckham. Thank you for watching. This is Tiffany. She is crazy, but she is A-okay.
I will hopefully be back as a TV critic in the future, if this is anyway relatively as well reviewed as my last appearance.
If she doesn't, you know...
It's because he became a lamp.
Oh, God, save me now. All right, have a good night if you can see me. Bye.